a big round of applause for the Skyhook team. Remember what Brian said the other night at Sandbar about Beanstalk trying to steal our design? He was right. He's been playing all of it the entire time. Fabrication plans for all the other areas of the school. To believe that what she did for a reason.
But it was Jan that returned all of it after it was erased. She loves you, Jack.
Managed to get their countermeasures online. Please initiate protocol 13. Is that Order Mundi operative deceased?
Yes. The vessel is underway. The revolution has begun.
So be it. Sacrificium obdoro iberum.
Amen, brother.
Jack, I think they're targeting us.
Jack, we've shifted ELF frequencies to 1.
Ladies, glad you made it back safely. Okay, grab your seats.
How are you? Yeah, it's raining really hard outside.
About a month ago, I started doing some research on a topic that's been bothering me for a while. I suspect that some of the unusual and deadly weather phenomena that has occurred over the last year or two might not be entirely the product of Mother Nature.
What are you talking about, Brian?
I suspect that these events were artificially created. So I sent inquiries to some contacts, and I think I may have stirred up some concern. So a government agent named Tom Jones is coming in to brief us on a special project.
What kind of project?
I actually don't know. He wouldn't say. But I'm pretty sure Tom is a spook.
When is he coming?
He was supposed to arrive today, but ironically, the weather has delayed him. Can you pick him up tomorrow at the airport?
Sure. What does he look like?
Trust me, you'll know.
Foxtrot, verify threats in the area. Hostile fire cover. Get in!
Go, go, go!
What was that?
What was that? I have no idea. Hold on a sec. Hi. Yes, I'm in Ecuador. I figured as much. Look, I'm gonna need you to help me take care of this with the locals. I'm not gonna have the time. No, we don't need a cleanup crew. Okay, great. Thanks. Shall we?
Just like that? Case closed, move on?
Yeah.
This kind of happen to you often?
No, this is the first time today, as a matter of fact. Bueno.
Hi, how are you? Jack, what's wrong? Why are you shaking?
I'm fine, just adrenaline.
Okay.
Somebody
Somebody shot at you? Like with a gun?
Actually, if it wasn't for Jack, I wouldn't be here.
Are you okay?
Tom Jones.
Are you okay? What'd you do?
Nothing dramatic. I just reacted instinctively.
Why? What? Why would it?
You know what? I've got a presentation I'd like to do, and I'd like to do it immediately.
Yes, sir. Right this way.
Thank you. For the past 2 decades, the United States government has been engaging in studies and experiments in beneficial climate control. This is one of our most closely guarded programs. Technically, we don't exist.
Guess what Jack told me happened at the airport?
This is the latest design in a 3D phased array of broadcast antennas, an example of our primary research tool, and this one's located in Kansas City.
Oh, are you telling me that you solved the algorithm for relative phases of elements in an array shaped like that? Whoa!
I knew I was in the right place.
What?
It's an ionospheric heater, right?
Exactly.
What's an ionospheric heater?
It's a system that...
for... Sorry, Tom, your show.
It is a system that can focus a beam of energy on a section of the ionosphere that causes it to heat, then rise and change shape. This allows us to change the weather in several different ways. We believe, as does Brian, that someone may have developed climate-based weapons already and is currently testing them.
And what is it that you want us to do?
We want to engage you to try and understand how these weapons are functioning and develop countermeasures if possible. We'll start with the...
Tell us about the chemtrails.
I'm sorry, chemtrails.
Yes.
Okay, Tom, are we on the same team or not?
Well, ladies, I thought it was going to be Brian playing hardball.
No.
Okay, chemtrails is the popular media term given to the idea that the government is seeding our atmosphere with chemicals for one reason or another.
Well, are we?
Yes, we are.
I knew it.
Travel to Kansas City, meet with Dr. Robert Smith, let him brief you on the Phoenix program and the dire situation we face. Your country needs you. All of you. And it'll make one hell of a story for the grandkids.
I think it is clear that everyone here is intrigued. I know that I certainly am. Okay, Tom. Your new Phoenix team is at your disposal. When do we leave?
We have 1 hour.
So did I get to tell you that Keith and I actually argued yesterday over a large formal wedding?
No. It was Jack and I would have those kind of arguments. So wait, are you and Keith talking about getting married?
Not yet. So what about you and Jack? Anything?
No. I mean, he's so into his work right now. I don't even think he notices him in the room anymore. I mean, I know he loves me, and I know how I feel about him. And it really did scare me when he told me about that shooting at the airport this morning.
What shooting?
Somebody tried to shoot at that Tom guy, and apparently Jack saved his life.
Was anybody hurt? How did you not have time to tell me?
Nobody was hurt. It wasn't like that. It was just... I don't know. It really scared me to think about, even for a moment, about life without him, you know? I just wish he were more, I don't know, attentive.
Guys, sometimes.
Looks like they have us set up pretty much the way we're set up back home.
I'm glad to hear it, Brian. We wanted you all feeling comfortable. Jack, this is going to be your station here. Brian, you and Denise are going to be set up over there. The rest of you get the idea. You have assigned vehicles and accommodations just north of here. And Jack, Keith, and Kenny, your lodge is a little smaller than the others, so someone's going to want to...
Top bunk.
We have a winner.
All right, everyone, find your stations and get settled in.
Okay, but wait 1 second. Wait, I just want to get a picture. Wait. No, weren't you in there?
All the time.
Ready? Say cheese. I just created these files this morning.
So much for privacy.
Jamal, good to hear that you're still alive. Where's my device?
Surely you are joking.
You failed me in Equinor, so this is your last chance.
The data we collected was invaluable to the operation.
It's time, however. Leave that dog of yours at home.
Maxine is reckless, but our work is unmatched.
Get me what I want, and you will be paid in full. As always, you have 9 days.
It looks like your time is run out.
Hey, isn't that the Bonner rep?
It is, Mr. McDonald. Welcome to Kansas City. My name is Bob Smith, and I am the director of the Phoenix program. We began construction at this facility about 20 years ago, and it came online about 18 years ago. Phoenix has one of many such systems scattered around the world and owned by many different countries. The ionosphere is a layer of the atmosphere from 40 to 60 miles up. Just like its name implies, it is electrically charged. An ionospheric heater uses a phased array of dipole antennas to beam energy into the ionosphere. Now, these heaters are capable of changing the ionosphere to accomplish many things, including duplicating the electromagnetic pulse effect, EMP, of high-altitude nuclear explosions, replacing extremely low-frequency, ELF, submarine communication system, which provides Earth-penetrating tomography for geophysical probing to find oil, gas, mineral deposits over a large area. And it also allows weather control. And it's this last capability that we wish to concentrate on. If this technology were used as a weapon, it would be the quantitative leap in weapons technology comparable to the transition from conventional to nuclear weapons. We now know of at least one rogue nation that uses the powerful IHEATR to cause catastrophic weather events. Now we want you, the Phoenix team, to use our current knowledge of beneficial weather control, extrapolate how these climate weapons work, and construct countermeasures that allow us to defeat them. Question?
Yes, I have the same question for you that I had for Tom. How do chemtrails enter this equation?
There are multiple programs involving the introduction of aerosols into the atmosphere right now, but for the amplifying effects of the IHEATR, the primary particulates are barium salts. The barium is released into the magnetosphere where photoionization increases conductivity, enhancing the effects of the beam.
But
What's the
I don't
current
think
power of our beam?
Currently we can pump about 0.5 gigawatt, and it's just a guess, but that's why you people are here. But an order of magnitude 10 times that is needed for disruption, if you can figure out how to do that.
Well, how much time do we have? What exactly is the threat?
That's a tough question. But intel suggests that the U.S. will continue to be a target of the increasingly catastrophic events coming at us, and it might not be more than just 3 to 4 weeks before shit hits the fan.
That's not good. Buenos, bueno, en cualquier idioma.
Okay, Phoenix team, my lab. See you in a few minutes.
Some serious quantum.
Well, that was informative and scary.
Yeah, they gave us all, 3 weeks to come up with world-saving technology.
Well, hopefully, at least they have a running start on some of the more obvious issues.
All right, listen up. I think it breaks down this way. Jack, it is your job to determine the various weapons extensions of this technology and find a theoretical countermeasure for each.
I'm on it.
Kenny, you have to get us an order of magnitude increase in the power transfer to the beam.
Gotcha.
Keith, the computing power necessary to control the phased array and aim of the beam needs at least 2 orders of magnitude improvement.
I can do that.
Jan, you and Marianne need to create rare earth supermagnets to interface between Keith's controller and Kenny's beam. They need to achieve an energy density of more than 100 megagauss Orsteds.
But that's almost twice the field strength of anything we've ever even heard of.
That's why I assigned 2 of you to work on it. I will concentrate on improving the materials in the chemtrail aerosols. Denise, you have 2 tasks. You will help me find a way to keep the aerosols airborne longer, and you must determine its potential dangers to
What
us.
if the dangers outweigh the benefits of using it?
Then, like Phaedrus, we must find a 3rd way out of our dilemma.
Hey, have you guys even had a chance to read up on this climate control?
A little. It's pretty far out.
I love to think about the challenges of transfers of that kind of energy anywhere. You guys know that some people think that the Tunguska event was actually a Nikola Tesla experiment gone bad.
Wasn't that explosion in Russia?
He had an antenna called Wardenclyffe Tower that was capable of acting as an ionospheric heater. And theoretically, it could have released that much energy.
Yeah, but they found meteorite fragments on the ground there. So
You can't deny the fact that everyone does accept that an antenna, way back in 1908, built by Tesla, could have been responsible and could have theoretically released that much energy into the ionosphere.
I guess with the 100 years of refinements and
104.
104 years of refinements in modern technology, there's no telling what we can do with Tesla's idea.
Exactly.
Over the past 5 years, we have noticed fluctuation and an increase, disturbances in the ionosphere.
got word today there was a potent low-frequency beam attack on a group of scientists at an Australian climate conference.
Anything like Uganda?
Different. It was an ELF sequence. Perfecting their beam. 12 dead, 2 are comatose.
Anyone we know?
I don't know. CIA's keeping it quiet, so I don't have any names. I know at least one of their team was there, but I got no news about it.
Jan's father was supposed to be attending that
That was
conference.
the first thing I checked on. He was in London.
That's a relief.
Yeah. For now, anyway, keep this between us.
Roger.
You did not.
Yeah, he went to the thrifty shop.
You really would.
Do you guys feel the severity and the reality of what we're doing?
What type of attacks do you guys see as the most likely to happen?
Imagine the control that you could have on a country if you could cause drought or flooding, the psychological, the economic damages that would cripple a nation.
We've already shown that they can cause an earthquake. As a byproduct of the earthquake, tsunamis.
What if they could trigger a tsunami with water half a mile high? There's a fault line in the Canaries. It's definitely possible.
A half mile?
Yeah. It's called a mega tsunami. I bet by the time the water got here, it would still be 150 feet high.
50 million people dead. And nothing but rubble left behind. Did you guys forget? Have you seen that rag anywhere? What do they forget now? What are you doing here?
Where is it?
What are you talking about?
Give me back the device you used to break into Skypocalypse.
I don't have it! It's back in Ecuador!
1 week. You have 1 week to get it. And I know you will. It's like our last joint venture. Make no mistakes.
What is that? This is what they were after.
You had it? Jane, you had it the whole time and you didn't... Why didn't you give it to him? They could have killed us!
If I did give it to them, they would have killed us. Or worse. I'm sorry. How did you do it?
I'm sick.
What do you think those are?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like that.
Oh, thank you. Really weird looking. I wonder if they come off.
Hang on a second. Let me try something. Let's analyze the composition.
Neodymium, iron, and boron. It's not surprising, but the ratios are really unusual.
Yeah, they were a little odd. Okay, let's measure the field strength.
That's not bad at all. What is that, like 85 MGOs?
I'd say we have a good chance of meeting our deadline.
Alright, let's put this back together so we can give it back to Jamal next time he sees us.
Can we just have Tom watch our place and arrest him if he comes back?
No, that's not a good idea. And besides, he's too smart for that. Chances are he'll just lash out at somebody
But you
else.
said that he would kill us.
I know. I just have to think about that one. Okay, you guys, we've got something to tell you, but you have to promise not to overreact, okay?
Yeah, Jack overreact? That'll never happen.
Tom!
You never...
I need to tell you about these two thugs that hounded us during the space elevator project. Jamal and Maxine. I'm pretty sure that Maxine's the one who shot at us at the airport the other day. And the other night, they attacked the girls at their house.
Wait. What? Was anyone hurt?
No,
Are you...
fine. It's not that big of a deal. It wasn't an attack. It was just a threat. I just wanted this.
Whoa. Where did you get this? This is Russian.
Yes, but we found tiny rare earth magnets inside of it that are pretty strong. We think it's the key to developing some of our own.
I'm gonna want some time with...
No, wait. I was gonna give that back to Jamal just in case he comes back. I mean, as long as I give that back to him, he'll leave us alone.
Okay, well, for the record, that's a terrible idea. I'm gonna give this to my team and see what else we can find out. I'm glad you're okay.
Okay, Bob. Show's all yours.
Fortunately, the situation is degrading more quickly than we thought it would. These earthquake blights have been spotted in multiple places in California. They indicate the direct manipulation of the ionosphere that creates an EM wave that causes tectonic stress. For the time being, they're mapping and probing the fault very precisely, but when they get serious, these lights will flare dramatically.
You were guessing.
Based on their continued chemtrail activity over the Pacific and the rate of mapping of the fault, we're going to need to get our countermeasures online as soon as possible.
Problem as I see it is that every time we make these magnets stronger, their Curie temperature drops. And they have to work at room temperature.
We might be able to avoid that problem if we could figure out the distribution of dysprosium, you know?
I mean, all of these other elements are fine, but it's got to be the dysprosium that's causing the abundance ratios to change.
I just don't get it. Why use a radioactive isotope? Different isotopes should not display different chemical characteristics. It doesn't make any sense.
I've never heard of that. On a hunch, why don't we try the dysprosium 153 and 155 and change the doping levels from extrinsic to degenerate and see what we get?
Yeah, but the half-life of those isotopes is measured in hours, so if the radioactivity is important at all, then, I mean, the magnets won't last very long.
We're only going to need them for a few minutes at a time. If we dope them in a regular silver-line fashion, we can always replace the fading magnets with new ones.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
It's worth a try.
Oh, hey, Bob. Ow. Bad news.
We got the report back from the Fukushima quake. 21 minutes before event actual, a Soviet version of the Stuxnet malware took the cooling systems at the reactor offline.
Stuxnet? I thought we had that source code contained.
We thought we did. We traced it back to a group out of Russia calling themselves Transcaucasus Union, and we also found fragments of the same code on a couple of laptops in Australia.
Same event those scientists went AWOL.
Right. It seems that Dr. Anna Ramani is one of the scientists lost in the attack on Australia.
Dead. Dead, yes, dead. CNC Intel doesn't want anyone to know the details right now.
I think that's a mistake. They're just starting to trust us.
Trust doesn't trust you.
Damn it, Bob! Silence now will compromise the mission.
Our silence keeps them safe. Your emotion is the compromise.
So the dysprosium 153 is a little bit weaker than what we started off with, but the 155 is looking really promising. I mean, we're getting MGOs up to 110, depending on the doping level.
It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. And with the longer half-life, I think we'd only have to switch the magnets out a few times a day. We might do better with more research, but this already solves our magnet problem even if we don't. Good job.
My employers grow increasingly impatient with me. I may have to let you have your way with them to get what I need. But you must promise me to leave enough of them. They will be useful to me.
Keith?
The chip that I designed for Skyhook, it's still the fastest custom chip in the world. It's an 8-core chip containing over 4 million transistors. It's capable of executing more than 100 billion instructions per second and performing at more than 2 teraflops. Now, in order to handle the fast switching that the phased array eye heater requires, I designed a grid of 16 of these chips in a multiprocessor matrix.
What about the programming? Have you completed it?
I'm about 90% of the way done, boss. It'll be ready when you need it. And when it is, you'll be able to direct that beam and shave the fuzz off a peach anywhere in the world.
Good. A nanotube that performed as almost a superconductor during the Skyhook run? It adapts easily to this scenario. I just need to get some of that material shipped here.
Talk to Marianne. She can help in that regard.
Roger.
You're not better than me.
Hey, Denise.
Hey.
Hey, I was just checking on everybody's progress. What do you got for me?
Well, first I'd like to tell you about a few health concerns that I have. Well, barium, as you know, is an alkaline earth metal and forms soluble salts. Well, these salts are the particulate materials in the chemtrails that are used specifically for eye heater purposes. Unfortunately, these salts are extremely toxic to mammals, all mammals. And the second problem is that any aerosols in the upper atmosphere form a condensation seed. Water vapor accumulates around these particles, and viruses and bacteria that normally never fall to the earth get trapped in the condensation and fall to the surface when the barium does. I think the swine flu epidemic is a perfect example of how absolutely virulent these upper atmosphere organisms can be.
You also mentioned an ELF problem.
Yes, well, it turns out that the extremely low frequencies that the secondary wave uses can very directly induce severe mood swings, depression, and just a host of other mental aberrations. The effect could be immediate.
An old colleague of mine slipped me information that there was an incident in Australia.
Kind of incident.
A group of scientists apparently committed mass suicide.
Wait, isn't On at that conference?
Yes, he is, and I haven't been able to get in touch with him, so I am worried.
I finally got you.
It can't be that hard to find.
Cookie?
No, thanks.
I wonder if we have any excess tether material.
Yeah, we have plenty.
How much?
About 6,000 miles. Do you want it all?
Oh, no. Jack would have my head. Let me think for a second. Oh. About 5,000 meters on dark.
Okay. We'll ship you about a 50% overage, and you should have about 7,500 meters. Cool?
That'll work.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Maria.
Thank you. Love the easy ones.
No, I don't care whose fault it is. It's the CIA. What do you think I expect? What? No, it's the reception.
Listen, I need to know everything they've ever done. I need to know who they are, where they are. I need to know how many freckles she has on her ass. Does that give you an idea of the kind of specificity I'm talking about? I need to know everything now that I need to know that I didn't know that I need to know already. Is that understood? Thank you. And I need eyes on that house 24/7. Goodbye.
So then he's talking to me with his mouth full, as usual. And crumbs are going all over my desk. And then I look up and he has some in his beard.
Crap. Looks like we've had visitors. Jamal's getting impatient. I wish there was a way to just give him back his damn device.
Then what, Jan?
I don't know, we could hint that we're developing better magnets and we could give him that information.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay, well, dying's not a very good idea either, Marianne.
Don't say that! Please.
I've asked Bob to find out about On. He said he would try.
Good, and thank you. It looks as though the San Andreas fault is their target. We still need to develop countermeasures to combat the aggressive weather.
Good.
If we can catch them affecting the weather boundary early enough, we could either counter-affect that same weather boundary ourselves, or we could locate their primary beam bubble in the ionosphere and disrupt it with our own RF beam.
We can do that.
All of these storms have a cold, low-pressure center. So we could use our primary beam to track and superheat that center. That would destroy the eye and dissipate the storm.
Assuming it works, how long will it take?
The disruption and dissipation would be pretty dramatic, I would think.
And what about the earthquake scenario?
We could use our primary beam to disrupt the bubble that they're using to control their ELF beam. Or we could use our own ELF beam tuned to exactly their beam frequency, but 180 degrees out of phase so that we could heterodyne with their beam and cancel it out.
And you can trace it?
Unfortunately, no. We'll just be meeting them halfway.
I'm truly encouraged.
Muchas gracias.
Good morning, Kansas City. Got a high today of 73, and the skies, of course, are all clear. Too bad it's not that way on the Gulf Coast. Tropical Storm Juanita is expected to upgrade to a hurricane this afternoon. Whoa, 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 whoa. I better cancel my tan. Huh? You? What? Tan? I just want to convert.
Tell me we're doing the right thing. We're about to kill millions of people when we deploy these chemicals.
You are the true conscience of this team.
It's the dilemma that I never wanted to have to face. It's the scale that weighs thousands of lives against millions.
I know. We will always regret those that die by our hand, but we must also remember those that live because we had the courage to act. Let me tell you something. When I was a field agent, my partner and I, we were more than partners. She became my whole life. We fell in love. I broke every agency rule that I ever thought important. And then in Southeast Asia, the unthinkable happened. I had to choose between her life and the lives of 1,000 of our finest soldiers. I still love her every day for her courage. You remind me of her.
Thanks for the fast work. 3D phase array is really impressive.
I'm happy to do what I can to be part of this effort, Brian. Working with your team has reawakened my passion.
By the way, how'd
you get the materials and work started so quickly?
Working in the public sector sometimes has its benefits.
Did you know that Keith and Mariana could talk about weddings and kids?
Yeah, Keith might have mentioned it. Why?
Well, would you ever want to have kids one day?
Never gave much thought, really.
Would you like to give it some thought?
You said what?
We needed to concentrate on our work.
He said he didn't have time to talk about frivolous subjects.
You're kidding me. He actually said that.
He couldn't talk about it because he had serious work to do.
You know that I love you. But do you really think this is the right time for this conversation?
Yes. If we don't save the world, there will be no other time.
What's that supposed to mean?
You say that Jan's the most important thing that's ever happened to you. Then you've got to put her first.
Has it ever crossed his mind that he could actually lose me?
By the way, your presentation, I really enjoyed it. It's too bad that Jack couldn't have been there.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I see it crossing your mind.
I think it's always going to be this way.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It doesn't matter if you're saving the world or if you're just sitting at your desk. Your first marriage will always be your work. And that's never going to change. Look, I know you love me, but you don't love me the best.
If you did, you'd put her first in your head, first in your heart, first in your life.
I do all of those things.
No, you don't. You never have. I bet Jan would rather compete with another woman than your work when it comes to your attention.
You know what? It's selfish. I just want to be the center of his universe, and I'm not.
Jan, it's not selfish. It's human nature. I mean,
Security breach.
What is that?
Security breach.
Somebody got a worm past our firewall.
How could that happen? I thought all of your protocols were fail-safe.
We aren't home. I had to stay with Phoenix protocols instead of using my own.
Security breach.
I've got to install some sort of alias for the worm to attack.
What do you want me to do?
Get on that one.
Scanning complete.
And don't touch anything.
Danger. System
Okay.
malfunction.
We need to purge these stations simultaneously.
Warning. Security breach.
All right, when I tell you, I want you to hit the 6 and the enter button at the same time.
Warning. Security breach. Danger. System malfunction.
Okay, ready? 3,
Warning. Security breach.
2,
Warning. Security breach.
1,
Danger. System malfunction.
now.
Synchronizing.
Done. Is that it?
Yes.
Stabilizing system.
What was that?
Looks like some kind of variant of the Stux network.
System stable.
It was a Stux network.
It's cyber warfare tech. Basically, it's a worm developed by the US to knock out facilities running this OS. It's specifically designed to affect the nuclear and high energy output systems.
And the alarm that we heard?
That was mine. I didn't trust the Phoenix firewall, so I installed a spider to roam the internal web looking for suspicious code. God.
Guess it found one.
Yeah. Jack, this could have been catastrophic, and not just for the lab. It could have taken out the whole city.
Now, do you see why work has to come first?
Моя любовь к тебе бесконечна. Моя любовь к тебе бессмертна. Ты разбил мое сердце, но ты не убил мою душу. Я буду жить дальше. Я буду жить дальше. Я буду жить дальше.
I want badly enough to keep me from the
The
planet.
magnets! The magnets inside of your device are the same ones needed to steer the climate control beam. It could be worth millions.
What?
We know how to make them better. We can make them better. Isn't that of any value to you?
No!
No, stop! We know countermeasures. We know countermeasures. Please.
Maxine, give it up.
Получи за голову.
It'll be okay, I promise.
When I return, prepare to tell me everything you know.
Where are you going?
I don't know what to do next.
Have either of you seen or talked to Jan or Marianne in the last hour?
Not me, why?
Neither one answers the phone.
I'm not getting anything but voicemail.
Same here.
Car's here.
Yeah, the front door's open.
Marianne!
Jan!
Looks like they slept here.
Where could they be?
I don't know. I'm gonna call one more time.
This isn't good. There's no way they would have left with their cell phones and purses.
Damn it! Your hunch was right. It was a Stuxnet variant, but I don't understand why he would kidnap them.
Who, Jamal?
He must have used the virus as a distraction to keep you from the girls.
How could he have access to the Stuxnet virus? Have you found out anything about him?
Not yet, but we have facial recognition software running hard, looking at every file in our database of known criminals. We'll get him.
Do you think he'll hurt him?
Maybe. The agent I had watching the house is dead.
What?
Look, the climate situation is getting out of control. I need you two to get back in the lab and try to concentrate on the project.
Get back in the lab? Concentrate!
Finding the girls is my job now, and I'll see it's done right.
He's right. Clock's ticking.
Remember, he had Jan and Ian for months and did them no physical harm.
But he needed them then.
I'm sorry, am I interrupting something?
No, no, not at all. I was just about to tell Brian that I've completed my studies of the side effects of using these new chemicals. Our improvements to the materials will help, but there'll still be widespread health issues.
It won't happen right away, but millions will have shortened or difficult lives as a result of our actions.
Understood. But it can't be helped. We must activate our countermeasures within a few days, and there is no hope of finding non-toxic photoionization substitutes within that time.
Hey guys. Sorry to hear about Marianne. Jan too. If I get my hands on this Jamal guy, there'll be enough left out of him to make a decent hamburger.
If you don't mind that, let's change topic. Where do we stand on energy transfer?
Well, basically, I'm using the same trick we used during the Skyhook run. The tether material is going to be our main energy conduit on the ground.
Do we have enough of it?
Well, according to yeah, we've got 6,000 miles. I only had 7,500 meters shipped here. It's already been integrated.
So you're almost finished?
Well, not quite. I mean, to get the 5 gigawatts or more that we need, I've got to find the high resonant frequencies where the nanotube goes superconductor or near superconductor.
Can we do that?
Yeah, almost certainly. I'll be ready when everybody else is. Jack, you know we gotta have the magnets to make this work, right?
Put your arms down. Are you dead? Put your damn arms by your side. Now turn around. Slowly. I can see why Maxine wants to play with your assets so much. But she does have a bad habit of damaging her toys.
Stop it! Stop it, please! I'll tell you everything!
Yes, you will. All you need is the proper incentive.
How long till we're ready?
We're almost there. I've completed my equations. You and Bob are finished with the bubble manipulation refinements. The new chemtrail formulation is already in distribution, and Keith's microprocessing matrix is online and functional, but if we don't have those magnets.
You know that Jan and Marianne had made some significant breakthrough they were excited about. So far, I haven't been able to figure out what the discovery was.
Would it help to have Ian here?
Immensely. He needs to be here anyway.
That's true. Well, keep working on this, and I'll go see if I can get Tom to get him here as fast as we can. Hey, we need Ian Baker here ASAP.
He is already on his way.
When will they get here?
First thing tomorrow morning.
Good. My only hope is that somehow working together that he and Brian can rediscover what they, is this Jamal?
Yeah, I found him once I had broadened my search to include international mercenaries.
Mercenaries? Is that good or bad?
Don't ask me that question, Jack.
Why?
Jamal's the best of the worst. He's been on Interpol's Most Wanted for years. An international war criminal.
Do you even know where he is?
No, but intel suggests his most recent AO is right here in Kansas City. Post-ops put him all over the globe, in Sierra Leone, Japan, Ecuador. Of course, you know that. And hold this for me. His most recent work has been for the Trans-Caucasus regime. Now, that's who intel thinks are enemies. That's who they think we're facing now.
Do you really think this is the right time for this guy?
We didn't have time to talk about controversial subjects. Your first marriage will always be at work. Your marriage. And that's never gonna change.
You know what? It might be a good idea that we all stick to our respect.
I know you love me. You don't love me the best.
I've got this under control. And if you want to get back to your office, I'll be happy to get back to you. Any information I find.
It was just a nightmare. It was just a nightmare. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We gotta get out of here. No.
Look, I know what I said you could do, but our employers will be willing to pay a lot for the magnets they know how to make.
Jestli někdo nehoří, mohu já zabrat.
Alright, yes. If nobody wants them, then you can have them.
It fight?
Yes, of course. I don't need the other one to be pretty anymore. I'm going to contact potential buyers. Leave them alone while I am gone. Is that clear?
Da.
Is that clear?
Da!
His name is Jamal DeGuero. He was born into military servitude in Sierra Leone. Last hit we ever had on him was a confirmed report that he killed his CEO and fled the country. Fast forward 10 years and this Tango shows up 15 months ago in a competition to build the world's first space elevator. He was blackmailing Jan, Miss Baker. He was blackmailing Miss Baker into sabotaging the competition by holding her father hostage.
Why don't we grab his ass?
Truth is, the competition was a Phoenix-sponsored recruitment program, and once a few scientists showed up dead, our hands were tied, so to speak. This is Maxine Kozlov. She's one nasty number rabbit. I doubt even you would bang her.
Sure.
If we're gonna save California, first we're gonna have to rescue Jan. The two scientists, and we believe them to be held in a abandoned steel mill here. Oscar Micah 2300. Yes, sir. Thank you, gentlemen.
Even though you two are apparently worth something, I will enjoy killing you more than I will enjoy the money. I want to hear the sound of your death.
You don't have eyes on him. You gotta bait him. Run ahead. Okay. Double times, gents. He's gonna drop him.
Fudge him, stretch him out.
You're gonna have the bodies.
Everyone, Oscar, why? Can you take the shot? Negative. Negative. Damn, let me take this shot. Rabbit, mules down. Go on, Mr. Jamal.
Sorry about the circumstances, but it's good to see you.
Hi, Dad.
Jen!
Hi. How are you?
So,
We're okay. I promise. We're fine.
Are you sure ready to come back to work?
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard you guys were struggling, and since we already figured it out, it's somewhat important. We thought we'd come live here. So we started with these magnets that Jan had gotten inside this device that Jan has, and we found that they have field strengths of up to 85 MGOs.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't too surprising. I mean, they were primarily composed of neodymium, iron, and boron.
And those ratios were slightly unusual, but the really surprising thing is that the material was doped
With dysprosium 154.
Why would they use a radioactive isotope?
Why would they use any specific isotope?
Well, we never figured it out. So we decided to use different isotopes of dysprosium and just try changing the doping levels.
It worked. We found that by using the DY155 and changing the doping levels from extrinsic to degenerate, that we got field strength up to 110.
What's the half-life of DM155?
Well, that's the thing. It's only about 10 hours.
So we just have to develop some sort of assembly line, and we can switch the magnets out every few hours.
Yes. That should work as a short-term solution. Get us past this crisis.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hi.
You certainly seem better.
Please don't mention anything about what happened to Mary.
How is the progress coming with the magnets?
We have the recipe, we just need to cook them.
That should do it. I'm gonna get some sleep.
Poor dad is so tired. Claude is out.
First set of magnets are done. I'll give these a check.
Okay, I'll wait for you right here. Just let me know when you want to go.
Hi.
Hi.
I'd like to tell you a few things if you have a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
The way you dealt with Jamal was aggressive and reckless. But I think your courage and ingenuity actually saved your life. Marianne's as well. Could say I'm a fan.
Thanks. You were so bad
I'm
yourself.
so sorry that I let you get abducted.
Don't be sorry. It's not your fault.
We found some intel on Maxine and we know where the enemy is located. I'm leading a mission to take it out. I want you to know that if you don't hear from me again, it won't be because I didn't want to see you or maybe explore a different kind of relationship with you.
Tom.
Don't say anything. I believe in being forthright in how I feel. It doesn't need a response.
So, is he a good kisser?
Yeah, he is.
Are you feeling guilty?
Love can be complicated. I didn't say anything about
The National Weather Service has issued their latest report upgrading Hurricane Juanita to a Category 4 storm with potential to reach a Category 5 by late tomorrow afternoon. The NWS is reporting some confusion as to how quickly this storm formed and its stall.
That wasn't much sleep, Bob. Right, it's happening. They're shifting the frequency and the strength of the wave that's been probing the San Andreas Fault. There's also a Category 5 hurricane about to come onshore in New Orleans following the same path as Katrina.
Okay, let's bring our countermeasures online and deal with both threats.
Keith, let's turn your little creation loose. It should do most of the work on its own.
And the primary beam is away. The bubble's already forming.
Power median at 70%.
Frequency is pulsing in phase with power. Bubble shape will be optimum in 6 seconds, Jack.
Okay, Keith, get ready.
All right, on your mark.
3, 2, 1. Bubbles optimum.
Cook that eye.
Secondary beam is away.
8% power in the secondary. You should see that eye superheated pretty quick.
All right, Bob, you should see something on the sat image soon.
Nothing.
Kenny, up the power to 90%.
Going to 90%.
Bob?
Still nothing. Wait. Yes.
Keep the heat on it, Kenny.
On it.
This is amazing. You can actually see disruption happening.
Denise, how long since our secondary came online?
1 minute.
Okay. Kenny, how long can we sustain this power level?
Forever. Okay, not forever, but for a good 12 hours.
Okay. Well, good. 2 2 minutes is all we need. After that, the storm should totally disorganize and fall apart on its own.
If I weren't looking at this, I wouldn't believe it. I would guess we'll have nothing but a cloudy breeze out there in about 15 minutes. Good work.
All right, Keith. Let's take back California.
Prepare to reposition solid launch drone.
Okay, team, here's the plan. We will use our primary beam to slightly change the shape of their bubble, turning it into a wave splitter and directing a tiny portion of their ELF beam here to our facility where it can be instantly analyzed.
And then we'll use our own ELF beam tuned to exactly their beam frequency, but 180 degrees out of phase. That way we can heterodyne with their beam and cancel it out.
Do we know where their bubble is?
Yes, we do. They haven't moved it for at least a week as they map and probe the fault.
Denise?
Our latest formulation is in place over California.
All right, guys. Let's do it.
Okay, Keith, give me an update.
All right, primary beam is away.
The bubble shifted slightly in shape, but it's subtle. I doubt they'll notice.
Okay, Keith's program will do the shaping, but keep it monitored to see if they spot our hand being played.
Roger.
Marianne?
I'm monitoring their ELF beam. They're shifting slightly, but it shouldn't be a problem for us.
Kenny?
They're at about 10% of what it would take to cause an earthquake.
Okay, it looks as though what Bob was saying is correct. They're just nosing around right now, starting a few minor tremors, looking for the right spot. Bob, what do you have?
We can't see enough from the satellite to do us any good.
Yeah, but we should have some advance warning. I mean, they've got to change their bubble shape in preparation for a significant power surge.
Kenny?
Yes, sir.
I assume our own beam response will be automatic once their beam kicks into power.
It'll kick in at 40%.
Right. So now we wait.
I got a dozen people on the ground to different places along the fault. We'll find it.
Good morning. It seems they have managed to get their countermeasures online. Please initiate protocol 13. Is that order mundi operative deceased?
Yes, the vessel is underway. The revolution has begun.
So be it. Sacrificium obdoro tiberum.
Amen, brother.
Jack! I think they're targeting us.
ELF frequencies to one that...
What is this?
Changing.
Oh, you get me trying to get the abuse. Get off of him.
I gotta go.
I'm changing the bubble back to its original shape.
Looks like they can't do two things at once. Their primary beam's changing.
Only programmed for one thread at a time.
Do what you can.
I mean, if Keith's matrix is as fast as he says that it is, then we might be okay. I don't know.
Okay, might not cut it. Keith, can we counter fast enough?
I'd bet on it.
Would you bet California?
They've increased their frequency shifting by an order of magnitude. We're still matching.
Everybody get ready. They're changing their bubble to hit California with something really hard.
Here it comes, Jack.
Keith, is it working?
The instruments are, but I can't tell if it's operating on the other end.
All my people report absolutely nothing is happening in California.
Yeah, got nothing either. California's all clear on my end.
5.7 gigawatts. 5.8.
What's our maximum, Kenny?
6.5 if we want to burn it all out.
We're matching.
Still good, Jack. This man needs medical attention.
We're at 5.9 gigawatts and holding.
How long can they keep this up?
Oh, not much longer, I hope.
Denny! Are we still in the fight?
Yeah, we are. There's no interruption in power to the beam. They must be trying a last surge, and the system did exactly what I designed it to do. It's pulling all the available power as a last resort.
Their beam just flashed off.
Their primary's not maintaining their shape anymore.
We did it. We did it.
Good job.
Hi, Jan. What can I do for you?
Is Tom still here?
No. He left yesterday when we were saving California.
Yeah, he told me he was going on a mission.
You shouldn't have done that. He said if you came looking for him, I'll give you this.
Is there any way to get a hold of him?
No. Get out of here. Got a lot of work to do. Already said too much.
I am so glad to be going back home.
Me too. So what are you gonna do about Jack?
Nothing for now, I guess.
Do you have someone else in mind?
Not exactly.
Not exactly means yes. And I can only think of one man that we've met lately.
Who?
You're lost in the shade. cast by all these thorns that line up on the branch like a French brigade ready to storm. You saw the storm clouds coming in from where you did stand, so you turned in your cards, for you did not want that hand. And you came upon a lion, and you stared it in the face, and you did not see the teeth, despite the bristling embrace.